wow, this feels weird to say. This is the first time that we've had scores for our SeaDragons. So, SeaDragons.
Oh, that's me. Yeah. I was like, oh, let's keep Bell talk. Yeah. I guess I should talk about this one because I don't know how much of this you saw, but yeah, our SeaDragons in their first game of the 2023. Where am I? All right, I'll focus. The 2023 season tonight fell at the DC Defenders. It's a 22-18 loss. Our player of the game, wide receiver Ja'Cour Pearson, 12 catches for 95 yards on 14 total targets. This was just I missed the first half. I had to admit I missed the first half, but the second half was rough. I had just sat down when Brennan Knox, again, I mentioned he was my player to watch when we did players to watch on this roster. Really physical downhill runner that, I'm used to in the city of Seattle, right? With my high school has always been a running high school. UW, we've got a good history of running backs that have been here since I've been alive. Seahawks, do we need to talk about the run game, right? See what I'm saying? He had just broken off a 13-yard run. They had taken a 10-point lead. I was like, all right, this is good. They're going to keep going with it. They had taken the momentum. It felt like they were really pushing down on DC. They forced a 3-and-out. The punt had pinned them back, though, into like this supporter section where they were really loud behind this end zone, like right near this end zone. And Ben DiNucci throws a pick six. And I was like, oh, no. And that was the
first.
Yeah.
And that was sad to watch because that was my player to watch. So,
well, yeah, I mean, it was looking good for him for a bit there. Yeah, that was something too. He got pressured a lot as the game went on, and it was like maybe if you give him some more time. But yeah, things just started to collapse from there. DiNucci ended up with 2 interceptions and a fumble. It seemed like, with a lot of the plays that DC was making, they would be able to actually eventually run away with it. But Seattle had strong. They had burned all their timeouts. It was like a 4th and 2. De'Eric King, great running quarterback out of Houston. I believe actually finished his career in college at Miami. Had found success running the ball like all night. It was 4th and 2. He was going to run just a direct snap to him, just running the ball. And I believe it was Trayvon Walker stopped him. It was like, all right, you've got the ball back. You got no timeouts, but you have a chance. And I was literally tweeting about it. I was like, all right, they're on the doorstep. They're on the 1-yard line. They've got some time. It's going to punch it in. And they went for a speed option. Now, I know it's a speed option because I've done the play in like Madden. So, and DiNucci gets I was like, I don't know why you'd run it with DiNucci, though, personally. He had a scramble earlier in the game, and that's fine. But I wouldn't have done it with, like we're talking about with Brennan Knox. He's a physical running back. Give the physical running back the ball. I don't know. Or even use Josh Gordon more. Who knows? But yeah, he fumbled. Until I saw the replay, I was like, oh, maybe he didn't fumble. And then I saw the replay, and it really clearly gets punched out. And I'm like, wow, that was just ugly. It was just a really ugly loss because of the collapse that happened. I'm just really, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. But like we were talking about the Seawolves, right? It's the beginning of the season. It's the very big. This is literally week 1. Isn't that crazy? Like for weeks now, we've been like, all right, teams are building up preseason. We're in week 1 now. We're in business mode. So just like with any team, though, it's going to really be important to see how the SeaDragons adjust to this and respond to this. I don't know what I don't know how much you were able to capture from it, but I don't know. Just your thoughts on it all.
I'm just not going to panic because, like you said, it's week 1 and there will be adjustments. So hopefully they figure it out. But there was some yellow on the field that was not flagged.
Yeah, I will. Did you see the story on that, or do you need me to do that?
I mean, what I saw a portion of it. I was actually watching it while it was happening, but the lemons were coming on the field because they stopped the what was it, the cup snake?
The beer snake.
The beer snake. There we go. That's what it's called.
Yeah, that was really kind of interesting. I was like, what's going on? I think I heard one of the commentators mention the word lemon, and I was like, what are we talking about? I'm trying to find a photo of it. Oh my god, I don't need that photo of it. I guess
Imagine
we'll
that
have
you go to an XFL game and you're like, this is the part that you're looking forward to the most. Cause I mean, I guess some people would, and they just
they
take that
took
away
away the
from
beer
you.
snake, man. I mean, I don't think anyone was getting hit with the thing, so I don't see what the ultimate problem was.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was really interesting. We have this. I mean, it's got title in it. It's got text. There's a lemon.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so that's what was happening um in the third quarter. Bryce Thompson of the Sea Dragons actually got a pick on Jordan Ta'amu, which was another thing that gave Seattle a chance that they didn't
Yes.
take advantage of that pick. But Thompson decided to run to the opposite end of the field where that supporter section was, and celebrate. And he and the teammates, his Seattle teammates, got met with lemon.
Lemons.
With some lemons and some cups and some other things they were throwing. They actually did stop the game when this guy came out for the first
Yep.
time. This is
Jeez.
just gonna be the whole episode. So yeah, that was interesting. It was really interesting to begin the season. But yeah, like you said, I think it's not time to panic, but be frustrated about it, whatever, be pissed, but move on. We got to move on.
Mhm.
So we'll continue with some team news here. On the 15th, the team actually announced their two team captains. Firstly, quarterback Ben DiNucci, and then on the defensive side of the ball, linebacker Jordan Evans, who I think actually I might have picked as my defensive player to watch on the defensive side of the ball. I could be wrong. I could be like, oh yeah, I'm right. But yeah, so your two captains on offense and defense, obviously Evans here and DiNucci on the offensive side of the ball. So the Sea Dragons sit in an 0-1 record, obviously. In the XFL North, they're at third place in the division right now. Sad times. But they've got interesting that I mentioned Ta'amu because we're going to play his former team, the St. Louis Battlehawks, in their this team's next game, which is on Thursday. It's a Thursday game, and it's the Sea Dragons' first game. You could say first game back, but with them being the Sea Dragons and not just the Seattle Dragons, I don't know. First game in Lumen Field of this season on February 23rd versus the St. Louis Battlehawks with a 6 p.m. start. You can watch that game on FX. Yes, you said FX. You heard that right.